will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
The following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com.
Copper and Oak, we are out in the pavilion. Beautiful day, beautiful Saturday morning.
Oh, it's nice.
Got Nuthatch Hill trailer set up beside us, and we are outside today. Scott Kirby, Joe Ryan, Jake Johnston, Lord Kirby, Jim Ash here this morning, and boy, do we have a show for you.
Always do, don't we?
Always do. We're going to talk some Kentucky Derby today, some horse racing. It's that time of year. It's May 4th, and that means Kentucky Derby.
And we got everything going on. Graduations, all this mess. May gets here, and it's like summer's here.
Summer's here. Boy, the school year flew by, And Jim had 2 special donuts brought out to him. He's eaten one, and now he's got a creamy hand.
Ding, 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 ding.
Word of the day.
We've got a winner.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of the day. Yes.
Creamy hand.
See, we got fit in. What's my prize?
Well, Scotty, funny you should mention
Scotty.
that. We've got a 1-pack of donut.
A box of diabetes.
A box of one.
Yeah.
There you go. Get in there and get in that.
Get yourself some of that.
What's wrong with you? Get in there and get
that. That box is messed up. Something ain't right.
There we go. Get that back.
Get her. There we go.
There you go. Save that.
Word of the day was creamy hand. Scotty is the victor on this one.
Yes.
Well played.
Guys, we should have a game of password on here sometime.
We've tried many of games on this show, many of segments.
Most of them failed.
All of them failed.
Yes, every single
You guys play the game. I just want to be that guy.
What was the one you came up with?
Password is creamy hands.
What was?
that's actually Jim's pick to
the song game.
We played it today. You guys ready? You got it queued up?
The song game. We've tried fantasy football. We've tried
fantasy football. Epic fail.
Well, the first year was a pretty good success.
Oh, we're gonna get it going again. Though.
You want to?
Yeah, let's do it again this year.
Well, we need prizes.
So Jim today had a pick of the horses running, and his pick to win today is Creamy Hand.
Yeah, Creamy Hand.
AKA Mystic Dan.
Mystic Dan.
Mystic Dan.
Yeah, we misunderstood what he said.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he did not.
21. Mystic Dance 20-1.
Speaking of, this is our sheet.
Yep.
There you go.
Of
These are all
integrity.
the Kentucky Derby right here.
Yep.
We'll just keep it right here for the whole show.
Yep.
Looks like Sierra Leone is the favorite, and we'll get over that later. We've got a caller.
It is Derby
We
day.
think we're having a caller. We don't know.
I'll talk to him. He knows we're calling about 9:15. It's a very interesting conversation. If you don't know a lot about horse racing,
Nothing.
guy's pretty interesting.
And if you don't know anything about the show, getting guests sometimes are kind of difficult. So to find Joe actually got a real guest, a live one, if you will.
We'll see.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. You wait till I have
we'll
Plummer on here.
We've been waiting.
A plumber
Well,
of any
Jim's supposed
kind.
to be flying him in and stuff, and I don't know. They've had problems with airfares.
My guys from Dean Lead going to be showing up here, eh?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah, the plumber.
They've done a great job around town.
Yeah,
Colby Lead, making it work, making it happen.
that's good.
Taking care of it. Dean Leith Plumbing, that's been around a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you guys ever know old Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good boy. You guys gonna watch Derby today?
What time's it start?
Almost 6, like 5:50 it goes.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of races before.
A bunch.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit better notice than we had for yesterday.
Does this kick off the first of the three major,
Yep.
the Kentucky Derby, and then what do you got?
I believe the Preakness is next, and then the Belmont. Or is it one or the other?
Yeah.
And is there is the Secretariat, is he running?
He will run, probably not place, but he's running.
He's running.
A lot of times they bring the old horses back and they let them run around the track during the race.
Who's the other one?
Dead.
Oh, is he?
There's been a bunch of them. Yeah, they let them run around a little bit. And if you know anything about horse racing or you have a good pick,
We
for
just
us
told
today,
you we don't.
give it. No, I'm talking about our listeners.
Oh.
You got a good pick for us today. You call in and let us
Call in. We'll throw some money down on it.
know. Yeah,
Scotty's all in on Secretariat
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
I mean, he's convinced that horse is still alive.
could it be the winner?
He's not? Oh, man.
Oh, look at you.
Who's the other one? Who was the other big name? Triple Crown winner. Will Purdue?
He is stuck on Will Purdue.
He loves Will Purdue.
Will Purdue never got in a horse race, did he?
Well, he's bitter with Will Purdue. He's not real happy with him. Kind of stood him up, but
Will Purdue stood you up?
stood us up.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was supposed to call in and never did.
What a hosehead.
So Lloyd is not happy.
Can you say hosehead on the
Well, yeah, absolutely. You can say that. You can say anything, Jake. You've already proved it.
I've proven about all I can, yeah.
Yep. So tell us a little bit about Copper and Oak, Joe.
Copper and Oak. Today we're having a little bash. We have a little hat contest. We're going to have some drawings, draw out some horses, see if you can win. We can have the race on. We got Nuthatch Hill here today. Going to throw out some barbecue. He's made some special sauce today, from some of our whiskeys that we have here.
Special sauce.
Yeah, special barbecue sauce.
Special.
There's be some nachos. We're gonna have mint juleps going. You ever had a mint julep?
Nope.
Gonna have black raspberry juleps.
What's a
Which
julep?
is even better.
Is that like a Jello shot?
Black raspberries, there you go.
It's a jelly shot. Then we put some whipped cream on it for mellow cream, and yeah, it's fun.
Jim, you said cream.
Get some
Jim's
cream
eyes
in
lit
it.
up.
Yeah, he loves those cream-filled donuts.
Yeah, he
does. He
Just doesn't like the creamy
Jim, you
hands.
still got a little bit up side of your cheek.
Just wiping it.
Saving it for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I know there's a lot of derby parties going on today. So I don't follow a lot of horse racing, but the three big ones I think are fun. I even like to watch it before and see, how they all get to where they get to. And there's costs a lot of money to have a horse.
Truck and trailer usually.
Yeah, is that what they're doing?
That's what they do. Yeah.
They truck. And
They don't
trailer.
ride them all the way there.
Oh, they'd be worn down.
Yeah, they'd be tired by the time
Yeah.
they got there.
A lot of fun people on this show that don't know a lot about horse racing, right?
No, I think.
Or anything.
I don't know if any of you guys, we're going to talk to Bill Wargle here. About 9:15, he's going to call in, and he had a horse in the Kentucky Oaks yesterday. And I don't know if anybody caught it. You get to race.
We said no.
I know these guys didn't. I'm talking to these people that are out there.
You text us 30 seconds before the start.
Get on there.
It's on NBC.
It's right now.
We can go back and
Like
look.
we're just sitting at home in front of our TV at I don't know 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Joe.
No, it was about 5 o'clock. I can look back on that text.
He's full of everything right now.
No, it was about 5-ish. I'll let you know.
4:33.
But yeah, and what? The race went at 5:10.
You said we had 5
You
minutes.
said
a lot of time.
at 4:33. You said getting ready to go right now on NBC.
It was. It was a long, drawn-out thing. They talked about each horse, and you know what? Pay attention a little bit. You know what I mean?
If I knew I had a half-hour leeway, I might have tuned in just to check out old Everlander.
Everlander.
Or in your first text, Everlander.
They put a space in there.
Everlander.
Yeah, little space in there with
It
the
ain't
thumb.
autocorrect.
Thumb space.
Yeah.
But he's got a pretty interesting story he's going to tell us about the horse he bought, and he was in the Oaks yesterday, and he actually finished 5th. But it's very interesting about what all goes on in the racing world, because I don't know about it. But
Thinks that we can get somebody on that finished first?
well, no, we can't. And he told me if they won the race, which had a $1.5 million purse, that he wasn't sure if he'd be on. So
Hung over.
yeah, so he said, I may not be on, but took 5th, so he's ready to talk to us today.
How do you
We're
know
gonna give him
this?
a buzz.
How do you know Bill?
He's actually my buddy's neighbor down south in a little town called Ridgeway, Illinois. You ever been there?
Nope. Well, that sounds familiar. Where's it by?
Got me down Murfreesboro area, down southern Illinois. They put the S on Illinois down there. But it's my buddy's neighbor. And it's just kind of it's a neat story, because when you look at these numbers and all the things that go on in this horse racing world, his is kind of unique how they got to where they were yesterday, because that's a pretty big deal. You go to Churchill Downs and hang out. You guys ever been? No. I've never been either. But if you take a look at that place, it's packed and it was sloppy. Boy, they had some rain. Yeah. Be a rainy Derby today. A little muddy.
That slow him down
out there.
That slows him down. doesn't
That slow him down. You got to find yourself a mudder.
Creamy hooves.
Bet
How would you
Bet
like
the
to
mudder
be?
today.
Yeah, those jockeys, they'll be covered in mud.
Oh, at one point in time in this race, because, I'm watching him most of the time, trying to watch that horse, his jockey and the horse had their heads turned sideways. There was just so much mud coming at him, he couldn't see a thing. And then the winner didn't have a spot on her. Just
She was
right
out in
through,
front the whole
clean.
time.
Yep,
huh?
got out
Just-
front, no mud on her.
Just spraying mud all
Yeah.
over the guys behind him.
All those other horses had to go to the car wash, but she... I'll tell you right now, there's no way those guys could see through the goggles.
Do they have the tearaways?
amazing.
They need to get the tearaways like they do on NASCAR.
You're going to have to get a hand up while you're going like this.
Get some wipers on them.
I'm sure they're out there. Something you could invent. Jake, you're an inventor of sorts. Tell us tell us something you
What
invented.
would you do?
Yeah, definitely need the wipers. Yeah, that'd be the way to go. Maybe
Wipers.
a full face
Wipers.
mask.
Yeah. It'd be hard to breathe. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to take a break of this nonsense.
Yeah, let's take a break.
And stay with us, because when we come back, we're going to have Bill Wargel on. Going to talk a little bit about the Oaks and the Derby.
Yeah, then we're going to have Bill Brasky on.
And Bill Brasky.
Yeah.
You know
Stay
Bill
with us.
Brasky?
Oh, yeah.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Fans, let's go. Join us from way down in Ridgeview, Illinois, and he was a horse owner in the Kentucky Oaks yesterday. Bill, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm living it up. Now, I want to get this. We're going to get to that horse, but I got to get with this because I don't know what you know about Lincoln, but we're a big basketball town. And
Oh, yeah. I've heard of you.
well, now you told me a story the other day. Of course, your Martin Duffy was on that team, buddy Martin, and he's your neighbor down there. You guys won the state championship in 1972, and your wife was a cheerleader on that team, right?
Oh, yeah. She enjoyed the moment.
And you had graduated the year before?
Yeah, they always said they got rid of me, they wanted to stay.
But you're a pretty tall guy.
Well, I was 6'2", you know, for back then 6'2" was fairly tall.
Yeah, 6'2" is pretty good. Martin's not near 6'2".
No, but I think the tallest guy on that team was only 6'4", and he was a junior that year.
And your state champions, who'd you beat?
It was Canelan.
Canelan, from up north a little
I
ways.
think they beat him on the last free throw or so, is what I remember.
Well, and a state championship, that's a big deal.
Oh, yeah, it was. I mean, they won several like that year. You know, you got to have the luck of the bounce and the luck of the, you know how it is.
Oh, yeah. And you told me a story where you upset St. Anne, and it had the great Jack Sickman was on that team.
Oh, yeah, that was St. Anne. I was in the motel, and they was, we'll beat Ridgeway. And we got Jack Sickman, and they just got off to a poor start, and we got off to a hot start, and we didn't look back when we beat them like 20 points. And they just couldn't hit nothing. We hit everything we put in, you know.
Well, that's a pretty big deal. State champions in basketball.
Well, we got one of them ourselves this year.
It was Southern Illinois here. It was every town in the Southern Illinois kind of honored them and met them with fire trucks and everything, you know, through town. And back then, that was one heck of a deal.
Well, let's get to the actual reason for our call today. You had a major event yesterday, and I'd like you to start in the beginning and tell us a little bit about how you got this horse.
Well, me and my buddies, we claim horses all the time, and we try to claim like $30,000, $50,000 horses, and you know, and we take percentages of them. And this horse come up for in a race for $30,000, and my trainer called and he said, Bill, we got a horse we're looking at tonight. Maybe go claim. Do you think you want in? He said it's out of Arrogate, and he said, I know you like Arrogate, the stud. That's the sire. And I said, yeah, I like Arrogate. And I said, I'll look at him on the form and see what I think, and I'll call you back. And I called him back, and he goes, I said, yeah, I'd like to go in. I said, but if you've already got everybody in, that's fine. I don't have to go. He goes, no, we want you in. And he said, I want you to be in on this horse. I said, okay, sounds good. Let's go. And we had an 8-way shake. A shake is where there's 8 people put a claim in on a horse. And then they take peas and put in a pod, and like Bill Wargo would be number 1 pod, pea, and you'd be number 2, and so-and-so would be number 3, and whatever pea comes out of there gets the horse. And we won the shake. They called it a shake. And we won the shake and got the horse, and the horse won that night. And we come back then in a allowance race and won that. And then we come back in the stakes race and ran 4th and had a bad trip. And then we come back to get the points to get in the Oaks. And we needed this race because we got 50 points, and that pretty well put us in the Oaks. And we won it. We got it. So that's how we got in the Oaks and how we got the horse.
So when you got in the Oaks, you told me immediately the value of your horse went up.
Oh, yes. We had calls from anywhere from started out like $300,000, and Taylor Made Stables, which is a big consignment auction people, they said, probably worth $500,000 to $600,000. First they said maybe $1 million, then they come down to $500,000 or $600,000, and then somebody supposedly offered $600,000, and then some guy maybe, until you signed the papers and all that, kind of offered, he wanted to buy a percentage to run in the Oaks, and he offered like $150,000 for 10% of the horse, or something. So, we've had several offers and been really very fortunate.
Well, it's kind of tough to turn down that money, isn't it?
Oh, yes, but, I'm almost 70 years old, and not that I'm rich or nothing, but, sometimes you think, money's not everything, and I love horse racing. So just like yesterday, I wouldn't have took $1 million for yesterday. So we had a heck of a time.
Well, I was going to say that was going to lead me to my next question for the fans out there, including myself, that don't know much about the Oaks. Tell us about that, because that's for the 3-year-old fillies.
That is 3-year-olds only, and 3-year-olds are babies. Yeah, they're if you compare a 3-year-old, you'd talk about a 16-year-old girl, maybe. That's what you compare it to, because they're not fully growing. They're not, they're not really, and you don't become an adult like until 5. You become a mare then, but it's 3-year-olds only, and it's the top 14 pretty well in the country, because you have horses come from California, Florida, Oaklawn Park, Hot Springs, Arkansas, New York. They come from all over, and you got to earn points to get in this. And when we won that race at Turfway, that we got enough points to get in it, and that's how come us to be in it and get to go to the Oaks.
And when you got to the Oaks, or when you got to that yesterday, the Oaks the race is at Churchill Downs, obviously, for people that don't know.
It's the day before the Derby, yes. It's a girls' race only, and it's a cancer awareness too, breast cancer, and another one I can't think. But everybody wears pink, and it's a $1.5 million race. It's one of the biggest for the fillies and in the country at this time of year, especially. And it's if you win that, run good in it, even run good, you makes your horse more valuable too.
Yeah, and I saw that. I got it on and watched it, and they popped your name up there on the screen as an owner, which I thought was kind of cool. And but the race itself, my lands, that place was packed.
Oh, my son, he was there, and he said, the guy texted him, said he thought there was like 106,000 people there.
Oh, boy.
It was incredible, the amount of people there. And this, the Oaks has been going on just as long as the Kentucky Derby, right? Like 100.
I think so. I mean, they used to call it for the home folks. Friday was the home folks for the people in Louisville and Kentucky area, because it wasn't promoted as much, because it was just like a day for the women to go out and not have to fight the crowd on Derby Day and dress up, and but now it's turned into more of
that's changed.
Yeah, right. It's all about promoting, and they do a good job of promoting the Oaks and the Derby.
So you were kind of royalty then yesterday, right?
Oh, we had nice seats, and they had a driver take us around if we need to go somewhere, and a couple of ladies that would, if we needed to go somewhere, do something, they'd guide us to where to go, and they put on us a good show. I mean, we felt like, they say horse racing is for the kings. Well, almost felt like kings.
So, were you in that crowd that walks out with the horses? Were you part of that, or are you already in your seats? Because there was
I could have, but I let my son-in-law and daughter-in-law and son and daughter walk over. It was muddy and everything. I said, I don't want to fight the mud or anything like that. I said, you guys go and enjoy the moment. And when I got back, they said, you probably made the right choice. It's muddy. It was muddy.
Well, when watching on TV, they never showed what all these dressed up people had on their feet. So I didn't know if they really had boots on or what, but it was a sloppy mess.
Well, what we did, and they told us to do it, is said bring an extra pair of shoes, like tennis shoes or boots or something. And you slip them on and walk over. And then when you get in the paddock, keep your good shoes and slip them on in the paddock. And, and if you got high heels or fancy shoes, you don't want to run them in that dirt or mud. So that we kind of prepared a little bit, but that mud was deep, they said.
Oh, when they would show the track, it was unbelievable. I can't believe they raced in it. But let's talk a little bit about the race. Boy, was it a sloppy mess, and yeah, I felt like you held your own because you came off at 38-1, and that was the highest odds out there.
Right. We did excellent. I mean, the horses never run on dirt before. We always run on poly, which is artificial dirt at Turfway. And we wasn't for sure, but we thought she could run on dirt. And then we caught this slop, and I thought, well, we're going to find out she can run in mud now. and she never quit and kept coming. And when you get slop like that, most of the time, the horse that gets to the front has the advantage because he's kicking mud and everybody in everybody's face. And speed, what they say, speed carries in the slop. And now mud, when it's drying out, changes, but the slop usually speeds the track up, and your horse that gets out the front and that likes to go to the front has the advantage. And so we come from behind. We had to run a race the way we knew how, and she ran I thought she ran one heck of a race. She never quit. She kept coming. A little bit farther, we'd had fourth, and then, you know, if we'd go the Derby distance, that was 1.8 miles. You never know what might have happened if we'd win, because she keeps it coming. Distance don't bother her.
Well, I was going to say at one point in time, you know, because I was kind of focusing on her, and I saw your jockey and the horse, that mud was coming at him, and he had his head turned and all this, and I was like, boy, but he kept pounding through it.
One person put on Facebook, he said, you know, she's a gray. He said, I couldn't even tell what color she was. She had so much mud on her, you know. And I said, yeah, that's when you're back there coming behind in the slop. It's a disadvantage because, you know, you're eating everybody else's mud. You know?
Yeah, you can't help but be eating it. And
right. And but it didn't bother her. She kept coming, and I'll give her a lot of credit. She's got a lot of heart, and she's a very nice horse, and she's got a good temperament, and I mean, couldn't ask for anything better, really. I mean, I wouldn't trade her for nobody right now. So I don't care if the winner won, and the winner's a real nice horse, but I wouldn't trade her.
Would you say that placing fifth drove up the value of her?
I think so, you know, because we showed we could run dirt. It was the first time we ever run dirt, and that was kind of the question. You know, can we run dirt? Will she run dirt? And how she'll handle it? And then I thought she handled it great. It just the track didn't favor coming from behind. And next time we catch a track where the dirt's maybe the speed to back it up a little bit, we never know what can happen.
What will be the next race you'd head to?
Well, you know, we'll probably stay local there at Churchill and maybe find a nice real allowance race, and then go to a stakes race and back to a stakes race, and then hopefully, you know, if you want to dream a little bit, where we'd like to maybe have a shot at the Breeders' Cup in the fall, you know, and out in California, and that would be that'd be tremendous right there. So it just depends how she does and how she stays and healthy, and hopefully everything goes our way. Why, you never know where, you know, there'll be some big races in the future.
Well, you say California. How do you transport the horses? I mean, is it trailer?
Well,
I mean,
most of the time they fly them a lot of times because it's such a long trip and that far. But there's races like Breeders' Cup. There's races. I was telling my son, and it's in Santa Anita, California, and the Breeders' Cup, and that's like last Saturday in October or so, 1st of November, and there's certain races through the year, just like us getting points to be in the Oaks, there's certain races through the year that if you win, you're in the Breeders' Cup, you know, and if we could then win one of them, then they pay you for your way out there to come to Santa Anita.
Okay.
Well, for us dummies that don't know anything about horses, could tell us what it's like to own one. Give us a little background on that cost.
I said I've always told you the best example I'll get you, and you played basketball and everything, and my son was a pretty good basketball player. And I said, you know, other than seeing your kids do good, whether it's playing ball or in school or whatever it is, other than seeing your kids do good, this is the next best thing to see them cross that finish line first.
Oh, yeah. And what's it cost to have a horse under your possession?
Oh,
like this.
You just better look at most trainers, time you play vet bills, trucking bills, trainer bills, all the bills. You're looking $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
$4,000 to $5,000 a month. And then when you jump into a race, you were talking about like your earnings and what you have to pay the jockey and stuff. Tell us a little bit about that.
You give them if you get 60% if you win the purse. Like if the purse is $100,000, you get $60,000, and then 60%. The jockey gets 10%, so he gets $6,000 of that $60,000, and then the trainer gets 10%, so he gets $6,000 of that $60,000. So there's $12,000 taken off. So you get like $48,000 as your part, and you got to clear around. You got to make about $50,000. That horse got to make you about $50,000 plus a year to break even.
Well, not bad if you're winning some races, right?
The big ones, yeah. Big ones. The little ones that just got to keep you going, but you need the big ones to kind of put you over the top. You know,
well,
so
if you're ever
interesting, it keeps you on your toes.
If you're ever looking for a jockey, Joe, he's always been interesting. He's just a little guy.
I'm just a little.
I bet he wouldn't like that mud yesterday.
No,
they come back, they got 5 or 6 goggles they wear, and they flip them up to the race.
Okay, that was our yeah.
And I mean they're covered with mud.
Oh yeah, so let's talk about those goggles a minute, because we were having that conversation. They just flip them off and throw them away.
Yeah, well, what they do mostly, they got like 5 goggles on their head, over their eyes on a day like that, and they're good enough to ride. And when they just take the top pair when it gets muddy and flip it up on their top of their head cap.
Yep.
And then the 4th pair comes in, and then when it gets muddy, they flip it up there too. And sometimes they fly off, you know. But it's like throwaway goggles, you know. But they're good goggles, you know, because they want to see.
Sure.
You know? And a lot of times they might go through 3 or 4, maybe even that 5th sometime they cross the finish line if it's really muddy, you know. And the horse will come back with mud in his eyes, and you got to wash that out, and nose and mud. But you know, it's just like yesterday. They're just covered all over. Just like if we run, you know, you get mud thrown on you. It don't matter where it goes.
Sure. It is. You been sticking with the same jockey, right? Looks like he did a good job.
We did on this horse. He's a good kid. He got us there. And we just stayed with what got us there, and he rode a good race. And there's no, he did all he could do in that mud and slop, and we have no excuses. We just yesterday got outrun.
Well, I put $5 on him across the board, so.
Oh,
yeah,
big spender, big spender.
Well,
so I'm minus 15 on that Everlander right now.
I tell people, you know, gambling money has no home, so you better be ready to lose it.
And you need a little bit of luck in horse racing, don't you?
Oh, you need a lot of luck. You know, it's like I was telling you when the state tournament that time, they won 2, 3, and 4 games by free throws. You know, and you know how much I do. A free throw can cost you a game, and if you don't have luck in horse racing, a horse comes over and hits you or cuts you off, or anything can happen in horse racing. There's 1,000, like I said, 1,000 excuses why you lose, and you got to have a lot of luck. It just you can have the best horse and lose many times.
Well, would you have any insight today for us on this Kentucky Derby?
Well, if it's like yesterday and it's supposed to rain, I would say Fierceness, which he's 5-2, I think. You know, because he goes to the front, and I'd say he would be my pick. You know, if it's just like it was yesterday. Now, they can change that track sometimes, and you don't think they can, but they can change it. And then the one that comes from behind, like us, would be Sierra Leone, and he's 3-1, and he comes from behind. So I guess it just I like to watch the track and see how the speeds are holding, and if the holding's good, then I go with the front runner, and then if it's coming behind, I try to switch to the come from behind horses. But the horse for a long shot I like is a horse called Endlessly, Endlessly. he won up there at Turfway when we won with that Everland, and he was in the Derby Prep. We was in the Oaks Prep, and this horse won going away, coming from behind, and he's going to dirt for the first time. So I kind of got a hunch for him because he's kind of like us, first time dirt, and a nice horse. And you never know when them horses can take the dirt, they can. You won't beat them. Them good horses.
And he's shooting out there at 30-1. He's pretty good up.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he's my long shot.
You going to put $5 on him, Joe?
Absolutely, 5 across the board, bud. I'm shooting 15.
There you go. But you remember, gambling really has no home. My mama told me that anytime.
We got to remember that. You got to be prepared to lose, right? That's why it's $15 for me.
Yeah, I got to tell you a little story. My mom, she'd always get on to me. She didn't care me betting the horses because she bet them, and my dad bet them, and I hope my grandma and grandpa bet them. That's how I was raised. But she said, now, your daddy always told you can bet the horses, but don't own horses because that'll break you. And I said, yeah, I know. But my dad passed away, and I had a little extra money, and I thought, I've got to do this one time. I got to buy a horse, and me and my buddies bought a horse, and it did okay. It wasn't nothing special, and we had a lot of fun. And my mom, every time she'd go over, I said, well, my horse run today. Said, you know what your daddy said? Don't buy them. You can bet on them. Don't buy them. And just, and I said, okay, Mom, okay. I heard the story 3 or 4 times, and I said, and then I'd start walking out the door, and she goes, wait a minute. I said, I want to send $20 to bet on that horse. Every time. She said, I get the same story preaching every time I run a horse. And every time before I left, she'd say, wait a minute, I will give you $20 to bet on that horse.
Well, see, and she's going straight on 20. I got to spread it out across the board.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll shoot a trifecta out there. Trifecta box on those horses you told us. How about that?
Yeah.
That'd pay big.
So you want to know about the trifecta, you say?
Oh, yeah. Tell us about trifecta.
Well, that's just the top three. The top three's got to come in 1, 2, 3 in that order, and you got to have them in that order to have the trifecta. So you got to have the winner first, and the second and third, and you can usually play a 50 center straight. And they got to come in that way, 1, 2, 3. Of course, if you get long shots in there, it can pay $5,000. It can pay for 50 cents, But you got to have the right order. You got to have the right pecking order.
I got 50 cents.
We'd have to box it.
Right. Yeah. Boxing is, then they can come in any order, and it'll cost you about $3 to box 3 horses for 50 cents. And that's a 50-cent ticket. And so then it don't matter how they finish, but you got to have those 3 on top.
Those top 3.
Yeah. So they don't matter how you got them then, because you're boxing them. Yeah, but if you bet them straight, just 50 cents straight, you got to have them in that pecking order.
And we need to be a little bit lucky there too.
Oh yeah. I've been beating those many times on it. Yeah.
Well, that's some fun stuff. Well, we want to congratulate you because I thought yesterday was a big deal for you. There was some fun stuff to watch actually.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't give $1 million for it. I mean, don't have $1 million, but I wouldn't give $1 million because my family and friends and everybody was there, and we just had a wonderful time.
Absolutely. Are you going to the race today?
No, I'm going to sit here in my easy chair and I'm going to watch the Derby and enjoy it and from home.
All right, just relax a little bit.
You bring that horse in the living room with you and let him watch it with you.
Yeah, there you go. That'd be all right if I can get him in here. But,
you better clean him up first.
Pardon?
You better get him cleaned up first, or her.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they got him washed yesterday good before they put him to bed last night, or her. And, it's not near as fun, I mean, for the jockey and everybody when it's muddy like that. But, when you're running Oaks, you go and you're just tickled to be in it.
Now, how many horses ran yesterday? Was it 15?
14. and we ran 5th out of 14,
Yeah.
and them supposed to be some of the top 14 in the country.
Well, that's impressive.
Well, I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
take a $30,000 horse and run in $1.5 million race.
Yeah, never ran on dirt before, and I think that's
what my daughter-in-law said. Man, this, she run great considering she never had run on that surface before.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. So and they're just babies, like I'm telling you. So they're all learning too.
So how old are the Kentucky Derby horses?
3-year-old males.
3-year-old.
Well, you can run females in the Derby, but you got to qualify. And most people, you got to have a really exceptional female to run against the boys. But they have won it. They have won the Derby.
Okay.
So,
sure.
It does happen.
Big deal. Well, I'll tell you what, Billy, I want to thank you for the phone call.
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, congratulations. It was a lot of fun, actually, for me to kind of watch and pay attention to since I knew this background.
Oh, yeah, when you know somebody, it's a lot more fun, or somebody, it just, he said, well, I talked to that guy the other day, that's his horse,
Yeah.
It's just a lot more fun. It's fun to watch anyway, but when you got somebody to root for, or
when you got stakes in it, it makes it a little
more interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank you for being on, and we might make you our horse expert, and we'll hope you get out there to that Breeders' Cup.
Believe me, I don't make my living doing betting on the horses.
Well, you might when you get to that Breeders' Cup.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, and the cheap seats.
Dream.
We love to travel, so maybe if you make it out there, Jim will let us come out and watch.
Oh, it'd be great. I'd love to have you guys out there. There's probably a lot of partying going on out there. Kentucky's noted. You know what Kentucky's noted for, don't you?
No, what?
Well, Kentucky's noted for their whiskey.
Oh, yes, we know that.
They're beautiful women and fast horses.
Well, there you go. And Woodford Reserve.
That's what they say Kentucky is. Whiskey, beautiful women, fast horses.
They didn't say anything about men, did they?
No, that's me. No, they don't care about us.
I saw a big Woodford Reserve sign there that everybody was walking out from.
Oh, yeah, they make that right there at Keeneland, down there by Keeneland Racetrack at Woodford. It's good. It's good. So they compare it here in Southern Illinois. People drink Crown Royal, but over in Kentucky, it's Woodford Reserve.
Woodford Reserve.
All right.
Well, all right, my man. Thank you very, very much for the information, and congratulations, and we'll talk to you again sometime.
Okay, I appreciate it. You guys talking to me.
All right, have a good day.
Help you out a little bit.
Yep. Enjoy your day, and congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
How cool. All right. Hey, Bill Wardle joining us, talking a little bit about horse racing, and pretty interesting.
Oh, it's crazy interesting.
Yeah.
Good job, Joe.
You grab a $30,000 horse and race for $1.5 million. That's a good day.
First time, not only on dirt, but it was a muddy mess.
Muddy dirt.
I mean, you hate to do it, but you can't do it as an owner. But as fans, you'd say, what if?
Well, I mean, like you said,
a lot of time to find out, I guess.
This horse is used to racing on a smooth, clear track, and then you take him over there. And
I wonder how his nerves were yesterday with it being muddy, knowing it's his first day or her first day on dirt,
injury
and mud,
type
injury-wise. Yeah, because they're actual athletes. They work as hard as they can, and you put somebody on that's used to a hardwood floor, now you put them on ice, it's going to be a totally different story. I wonder how they react and everything.
I'll tell you what,
it's interesting.
When I was watching it, and like we were talking about it, and I'm focusing on that horse, and I just saw the horse's head was turned sideways, and the jockey's head was turned sideways, and then it was just going all over him, and I was like, man, how are you getting through that?
But it's still flying. They're just flying through the track.
Somehow they were getting through it.
I'm glad neither one of you guys said, do you ride the horses to the race?
Come on.
Just show how. Just keep your mouth shut so they don't know how dumb you are.
We're stupid, but not that stupid.
How long did it take you to ride over and get to the race?
I mean, how many times does the horse have to stop?
How creamy is your guys' hands?
Do you stay in the middle between the lanes on the grassy area? Or?
Let's take a commercial break.
You know what? Before it all gets away from us, we had some intelligence on here, and now it's went the wrong direction.
Stupid.
Let's take a break.
We'll be back.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
This is Taylor Rohr of the 2024 State Champion Lady Railers basketball team, and you're listening to Cheap Seats on WLCN.
The state champs are graduating today.
Not today.
Well, I thought you said graduation was today.
Who said that?
Joe did.
I thought there were some grade school graduates. High school's not graduating till
next week.
Next weekend.
Next week. Okay. Well, Joe threw out some misinformation.
Oh it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid information. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of solid information,
Don't bet on it.
you know, Bill Wargle, what a great interview there. Very interesting. Something that we don't talk a lot or at all about on this show, horse racing. Learn a few things, and you know, should we chip in and see if we can get us a horse?
Well,
Jake's
No.
no, I'm going to go with Jake on this one.
What his who was? It was his dad that said, you know, a horse owner will break you. Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with that too. It's just got to be
time consuming,
everything.
expensive.
You wouldn't want to see that vet pull up.
No.
Well, he said, what did he say? $4,000 a month?
$4,000 to $5,000 a month, just to
keep her around.
$60,000 a year.
Yeah, the transportation and all that. You're gonna have to win some races. So I feel like I'm out. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm out.
You know what? I'll put a sponsorship sticker on the side of the trailer.
He could have saved a little bit of money on transportation if he would just rode the horse to Louisville.
Rode it to.
It's only
went out a day early.
2.5 hours. I mean,
that just warm it up, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that eliminates your transportation costs.
Yep. Probably could run right down the median.
Yeah, just right on the interstate.
Yeah.
Just go. Saved him, but
probably have to put those blinder things on so it can't see the traffic.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to see the traffic.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I'll be honest, when I'm driving, I don't want to see the traffic.
Yeah.
Is that all you got to do? Just put blinders on?
Put blinders on. Hell, I mean,
as well.
Cars drive themselves anyway these days.
It did not yesterday, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you riding to Chicago.
I do not like going to Chicago.
I don't either.
I will say, I do go with the theory if you're not first, you're last. So I do try to get there first. But
see, I think second or third's okay.
No,
you know what I mean? You're going to get paid. We got a phone call coming in.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Joel?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Joel, how you doing?
What's going on this morning?
So I got a funny horse racing story.
All right.
Today's probably the only day of the year people are interested. But if you guys have heard this, just let me know and I'll stop. But have you guys heard the Pete Rose story about his bad beat at the Cincinnati horse track?
No.
Okay, so Pete Rose, as we all know, he likes to dabble in the gambling a little bit here and there, I've heard. So he's at this horse track outside of Cincinnati, and he's got this horse that's pulling away, coming down the home stretch. It's like almost 7 lengths ahead, all by itself. He's got a big bet on this horse. He's going to win. Out of the corner of his eye, he notices like a flash coming through. A deer runs out of the woods, jumps the fence onto the track, runs right into his horse, knocks the jockey off, and he loses all the money.
Oh.
And when I heard the story, I thought, well, Pete Rose isn't always known to be the most truthful person, but there's actually a video. I'll send it to you guys. I found the video, so here in a second I'll send it to you. But there's video, and I mean, it's like a missile just comes out of nowhere and knocks this horse completely over, and he loses all his money.
Pete's got the same luck I have.
And there's no redos in racing.
Nope. It's like an official. They're part of the game.
Exactly. Yeah,
Can you imagine being up like, yeah. Oh.
What was that? How mad are you when you go to that window to complain?
Yeah, there's got to be an investigation. Somebody let that deer go.
Somebody let that deer go.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't like Pete.
I've seen
what's funny?
Buzzer beater threes and a last-second field goal block to have a bad beat. Yeah, but I can't imagine having another animal fly out of the woods, jump a fence, and smack your jockey in midair and knock your horse to the ground as you're about to win probably $20,000.
You know what?
That is a bad beat.
The deer probably just missed a car like 10 seconds before that too. That would have ended the deer.
And after that, he changed to just betting on baseball.
I'm gonna
Stick to baseball.
Yeah.
That guy bet on everything.
Yeah.
A little something I can control.
Yeah. So that's.
So anyway, I just thought I'd call in and share that.
That's a good. I've never heard of that.
Hey, Joel, you got a pick for us in the race today or not? Come on, you got some expertise.
No, I don't have any expertise, but I'm going to take
Creamy Hands is 100 to 1.
and Just a Touch.
There you go.
Just a touch. And who was the other one?
Freedom.
Catching Freedom.
Catching Freedom.
Just a Touch. His father was Justify, who won the Triple Crown.
Oh. Well,
Nice.
Joe knows
See
his
there?
horse. Joel knows his horse racing.
See, there you go. Joel knows
And
a
I
lot
like
of
Catching
stuff.
Freedom just because it won Louisiana Derby.
Okay.
So sometimes that's an indicator of what's going to happen. But to be honest with you, like, I'm not talking like a lot of money. I'm more like Joe, a couple bucks here, a couple
$5
bucks
across
there.
the board.
But it's not worth to bet a favorite at 5-2 if you're
No.
going to win $7. So
Right.
No, you got to take
try to
the long
find some
shots.
like 10 to 20 to 1 and see which one of those
Go
are any
big or
good.
go
And so-
home,
Yep.
I
It's
thought, well,
yeah, you can't.
Justify won the Triple Crown. Maybe his offspring can do it.
There you go. It's good
I'll tell you what,
insight.
Joel, we're going to be rooting for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
all
for all $8.
we always are.
$8 is $8.
Right, I know.
We'll be rooting for you.
It's more of a
All right, guys,
trophy
have a
than
good
a.
one.
Thanks for the phone call, Joel.
Yeah, Joel. And yep,
see
you have a
ya.
good day.
All right.
You're, Joel, he's on top of a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got internet time. He's got screen time. You know what I mean?
Very informational.
You probably got to get out the store, don't you?
I'll go to open the store,
I got
guys.
that
I gotta
store
go.
open.
I gotta go.
I wasn't going to say anything. Got a big sale going on there, Jake.
Yeah.
Why haven't?
It's only on Saturdays.
Oh, no. We're open 6 days a week.
Yeah, but you're
guys.
not
Close
there
on
till
Sundays.
probably noon.
Well, I'm not needed until I'm not needed.
Until 10 on Saturdays.
till payday. That's all the only time they
That's
want.
the only time.
That's
Actually, this week I was occupied trying to help out with the daughter and stuff. So even on that, I wasn't needed this week. So
And it ran
amazing.
smooth.
Oh, yeah. It's
like they knew what they were doing.
a glassy lake out there.
They're
Well,
good.
speaking of smooth, Jim's going to transfer us into a smooth transition to our outing because we're done. Great show today. Bill Wardle called in. WLCN 96.3 FM. Good day.
Live video streaming of this event is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.